Gonna do a short conspiracy video. No, I'm just kidding. Gonna do that sort of. I don't know why that came out of my mouth. Gonna do a short comparison of the MBT Zee 18 and the MBT GT 18. As you can see, the GT does sit lower. Of course, the stack height's lower. It's a more comfortable shoe. It fits smaller. It also, to me, is a little more breathable. 2 ounces lighter, and you know, it felt like it broke in a little better to me. Now both of them are breaking in very well, but I felt like the GT just right out the box was just a better shoe, more like the Brooks Addiction, and I can't even think of a shoe that's like this shoe other than a Skechers Shape Up, I guess. And I just felt more locked down in the Zee. Now the difference in the laces is nothing. The difference in the heel cup is virtually nothing as well. I felt both heel cups were very similar, besides having a better lockdown in this guy. Now, I didn't heel strike like I said. I hit that midfoot to forefoot, and I got less pain in the shoe. As far as the upper goes, I would say that this guy may be a little bit more breathable, but both are antimicrobial, so it doesn't really, I mean, in my book, if your feet are going to sweat, they might as well, you know, not stink. I did feel this, I forget what they call it, but it's a little area where it's in the rocker. I felt the rocker more in the Zee. I didn't feel the rocker that much in the GT. I just feel like the GT is just a better shoe. If they could elaborate more on any, man, that's a huge difference. I mean, look at that sizing difference. This is half size to almost a full size bigger. And yeah, I felt the rocker more, and then I felt like this area of the shoe was more less comfortable than the GT as well. Now, they said this one's made for racing. They came out with another one that's actually a lot better for racing, that has a softer sole. And yeah, I couldn't race in either of these shoes, honestly. They both promote short strides, which they're very alike in that case. I don't feel as tall in this one, maybe a half inch to an inch taller, maybe that, probably more in between there. And then this guy felt just like a taller person. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention in my just the reviews. This is the comparison video that you're watching now. Is this guy felt very stable to me. I did not feel ankles rolling or anything. Now this guy gave me some serious pronation issues. Now this is very neutral. It's very tall, very wobbly. We're having a wind event here. I mentioned that like a couple times on the video. So if you hear wind in the background, it's just very windy here. But this guy made my ankle roll in probably on one of the last runs I did in it, and I stopped running in it because of it, because it made my left ankle sore. It's one that I've injured in the past, so you know, it needs a lot of stability. So this shoe is very unstable when it comes to hitting that rocker, and then it kind of rocks inward for me. So stability people, you can give it a try, but it's definitely not for you. These are not stability shoes, but if I was going to put an insole in this guy, that's a lot in no medial post. If I was going to put an insole with a nice little arch support there, you can definitely, in my opinion, use the GT as a stability shoe, and it's because it's so stiff, feeling like the Brooks Addiction without a post. So yeah, that's kind of the differences in the shoe. Both very stiff. I mean, both are very, very comparable, but sizing and weight are different. Clear winner to the GT, lighter, a little lower to the ground, more stable, more breathable. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the differences that I felt, you know. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I mean, I could tell you more about, you know, the differences. Tongues, I mean, the tongues, the structure and the way they're designed are virtually almost the same up in this area. You know, with the differences being the sole and the traction on both of them. I'd definitely go with the GT. This guy has some blown foam at the top there that's already kind of rubbing down, and it's exposed, and the GT has nothing exposed. So fit, comfort, stability, I'm definitely going with the GT 18 as my everyday shoe if I was going to run this every day. I happen to be spoiled with one of the best shoes that I've ever run in before I ran in these, so I couldn't really get used to them right now. Maybe as time goes on, I'll work them back into the rotation. Maybe not this guy, just because of that ankle issue. If I come out with a sore ankle, to me that's an injury I can't, do much the next day or even that night. So that kind of bums me out. I didn't get that though when I first started running this with that last run. I don't know if it was just the hills because I was running up some pretty gnarly hills. But yeah, I mean, definitely the GT is a clear winner of these two. If I had to, kind of give advice on the shoe, I'd say, just make it a little softer. If you're going to have a neutral big trainer like this, I would just say make the whole sole soft. I mean, there's no point in making it stiff because you're not really making a stability shoe in these. But GT, clear winner. But those are the things that I saw in comparison. Weight, sizing, upper, tongues are the same. But ride, overall feel, definitely the GT had a better feel. Softer, quicker, softer, stable, better heel midfoot to toe off. This guy just, that huge rocker in the middle, just, it keeps you going like that, but I've never been a fan of rockers. So if you're a fan of rockers, this would probably be the winner of those two. If you're not a fan of rockers, this guy, you can't even really feel it in this guy. So it's kind of my comparison of the two. Now, if you have anything to add or any questions, just let me know in the comments. So hope you like. If not, cool. So please subscribe, and we can keep this channel going. I can keep these reviews going. I've been out of the game for a few months just because I haven't been able to purchase new shoes. It's very expensive. So if you like the info, let's keep this going. I know there's a billion other people doing shoe reviews and comparisons and blah blah blah, but I'd really like to keep doing it. I'm just an everyday runner that loves running, passionate about running, and that's just my favorite thing in the world. Just being athletic, being outdoors. I do a number of other things, but running is one of my main things right now. So yeah, please subscribe. If not, that's cool too. I don't really care. Well, I do, but not. It is what it is. So cool. Thanks for watching. See you guys.